Let us see the next question. In the next question, we are going to have understanding of again degree of financial leverage calculation, and this time we will be provided with the preference dividend information. This time the preference dividend information will be provided to us. In that case, how to calculate the answer, that is what we are going to discuss. I request all of you to pay attention. Degree of financial leverage in this case will be calculated as earning before interest and taxes divided by earning before taxes minus preference dividend divided by 1 minus tax rate. That is the way the degree of financial leverage is calculated. And degree of financial leverage is measuring what is the percentage change in earning per share for every 1% change in EBIT. Dear students, what happens at say if at all we have been provided with the preference dividend information. If at all we are provided with preference dividend information, then in that case, with the degree of financial leverage, it is not possible to measure the relationship between EBIT and EBT. Yes. If at all the preference dividend information is given, then in that case, what we can see that the payment of the preference dividend is becoming due after earning before taxes. So, it is not possible to measure the relationship between EBIT and EBT. That is what we understand. And we will be able to measure that say with the change in the EBIT, what is the change in earning per share. Suppose degree of financial leverage is 5, it measures that for every 1% change in EBIT, EPS will change at the rate of 5%. Suppose EBIT increases by 3%, then 3% into 5, EPS will increase at the rate of 15%. This is what we understand. Let us come back to the point. Degree of financial leverage in this case will be calculated by using a formula like this. EBIT upon EBT minus preference dividend divided by 1 minus T. And this is the percentage change formula that say we would be having. Let us have understanding of the derivation of the formula. And for that, say first of all, I am writing the formula for EPS. EPS is supposed to be calculated basically as EBIT minus interest, that is EBT, into 1 minus T is EAT, minus preference dividend is earning available to equity shareholders, divided by number of equity shares. Change in earning per share is equal to change in EBIT into 1 minus tax rate divided by number of equity shares. That is the way the change in EPS is formed. Let us cross verify the equation. See, it has been given that so the EBIT is likely to increase by 20%. So please use your calculator. 6 lakhs plus 20%, that comes to 7,20,000. Amount of interest is 2 lakhs. Amount of earning before taxes is 5,20,000. Income tax rate is 40%. So it is 5.2 into 0.6. That comes to 3,12,000. Minus 60,000 of the preference dividend. So it is 2,52,000 divided by 10,000 equity shares is 25.2. So see what I have mentioned over here, change in EBIT is 1,20,000. There is no change in the interest. So change in EBIT itself is change in EBT, 1,20,000. Of that, say we will pay 40% tax. So our earning after taxes will increase. You can see by 72,000. There is no change in the preference dividend. So earning available to equity shareholders also increases by 72,000. Divided by 10,000 is the number of shares. So it increases by 7 rupee 20 paise. So change in EBIT is what we had, 120. So it is 120 into 0.6. 72,000 divided by 10,000 is 7 rupee 20 paise. That is the way change in EPS and EPS formula is there basically. Now we will have percentage change in EPS as change in EPS divided by EPS. What is the change in EPS? This is the change in EPS. That is change in EBIT into 1 minus tax rate divided by number of equity shares, whole divided by earning per share, which is calculated like this. It is EBIT minus interest is EBT into 1 minus T is EAT minus preference dividend divided by number of equity shares. So this number of equity shares and this number of equity shares are cancelled against one another. So percentage change in EPS is equal to change in EBIT into 1 minus tax rate divided by earning before taxes into 1 minus tax rate minus preference dividend. Now percentage change in EPS divided by EBIT is equal to change in EBIT upon EBIT 1 upon earning before taxes minus preference dividend divided by 1 minus T. See what I have done, I just explained that to you. On both the sides, I have divided with EBIT. So over here there is a division by EBIT, and similarly over here there is a division by EBIT. That is the first thing. Second thing, this 1 minus T is cancelled against this 1 minus T. And this preference dividend is say divided by 1 minus T. That is the way, say there is a division by 1 minus T on both the sides. That is that 1 minus T which is there in the numerator, it is transferred in the denominator. So it will be cancelled against 1 minus T over here, but it does not get cancelled over here, so it is mentioned over here. Now it's very simple. I'm sorry, this is the percentage change in EPS. Sorry. Now what will happen? Percentage change in EPS divided by, now answer for this equation is percentage change in EBIT. So divided by percentage change in EBIT is equal to, this EBIT is transferred on the opposite side. So it is EBIT upon EBT minus preference dividend divided by 1 minus T. This is the way we have the equation. And this is called degree of financial leverage, which measures what is the percentage change in EPS for every 1% change in EBIT. So write down a note for this first point. If information about preference dividend is given, comma, in that case DFL will be found by using following formula. It is EBIT upon EBT minus preference dividend divided by 1 minus T. Second, if information about preference dividend is given, comma, DFL will measure what will be percentage change in EPS for every 1% change in EBIT. In this case, we will not be able to measure percentage change in EBT for every 1% change in EBIT. It is because payment of preference dividend is after earning after taxes. Percentage change formula, write down percentage change in EPS for every 1% change in EBIT. Now let us do the first part of the question in which we have to find DFL. Degree of financial leverages EBIT upon EBT minus preference dividend divided by 1 minus tax rate. The amount of the EBIT is 6 lakhs. Amount of EBT is 4 lakhs. Minus preference dividend is 60,000 divided by 1 minus 0.4. So 60,000 divided by 0.6 is 1 lakh. 6 upon 4 minus 1. So 6 lakhs upon 3 lakhs. The answer is 2. That is with the answer of the first part of the question can be found DFL2. Second question. If EBIT is likely to increase by 20%, calculate a revised EPS. Please put your answer in the chat box. Read on answer. Working note number 1. Calculation of percentage change in EPS. DFL measures what is the percentage change in EPS for every 1% change in EBIT. So percentage change in EPS is DFL into percentage change in EBIT. DFL is 2 into 20%. So that comes to 40%. Calculation of revised earning per share. It is current earning per share plus change. Current earning per share is 18 plus 40%. 18 plus 7.2. That comes to 25.2. This is the way you can apply the formula for calculating answer, or otherwise again you can go with the detailed working. We start with the EBIT. It is an amount of 6 lakhs plus 20%. 7,20,000. Interest 2 lakhs. Earning before tax, 5,20,000. Earning after tax is 60%. 3,12,000. Less preference dividend 60,000. So earning available to equity shareholders 2,52,000. Number of equity shares 10,000. Earning per share is 25.2. This is also the way we can calculate. Either of the presentation is acceptable. Calculation of interest coverage ratio. So third question, ICR, interest coverage ratio. It will be found as EBIT upon interest. So that formula is not going to change. That formula is not going to be influenced with the information of the preference dividend. So EBIT is 6 lakhs. Amount of interest is 2 lakhs. So the answer is 3 times. That is the interest coverage ratio. Fourth question, if EBIT is likely to decrease by 5%, calculate a revised EPS. So there is an expected fall. Then in that case, what is the revised EPS is the question. Let us answer. Working note number 1. Calculation of percentage change in EPS. First of all, you may try to do answer and put your answer in the chat box. So over here, percentage change in EPS can be found like this. Degree of financial leverage is equal to percentage change in EPS for every 1% change in EBIT. So percentage change in EPS is equal to degree of financial leverage into percentage change in EBIT. As far as the DFL is concerned, it is 2 into negative 5%. So that comes to negative 10%. So calculation of revised earning per share. Current earning per share minus change. Current EPS is 18 minus 10%. That comes to 16.2. This is the way the revised EPS is found. Or we can make the calculation like this. Earning before interest and taxes 6 lakhs minus 5%. That comes to 5,70,000. Less interest 2 lakhs. Earning before taxes 370. Earning after taxes 2,22,000. Less preference dividend 60,000. So earning available to equity shareholders 1,62,000. Number of equity shares 10,000. So EPS is 16.2. That is the way the EPS can be found. So summary of the entire question. Friends, in this question we have been provided with the information in which we are required to compute the DFL. where the preference dividend information is given. So the formula for the DFL will be EBIT upon EBT minus preference dividend divided by 1 minus T, and it is measuring what is the percentage change in EPS for every 1% change in EBIT. EBIT and EBT relationship cannot be measured. The reason for that is very simple, that the payment of the preference dividend is appropriation of the income. It is not charged against the income, so it is required to be paid from EAT. So in the first question, find DFL2. In second question, calculation of the earning per share with the increase in the EBIT by 20%. So it is 25.2. It can be calculated by either of the way. Interest coverage ratio same, no change. Next is like operating income reduces by 5%. So EPS reduces by 10%. So from 18 it will reduce to 16.2, or otherwise say we can prepare a table and we can compute the answer. Please, so this is what say we understand the way we have understood a new concept.